Alright y'all, let's zoom it on in so that we can begin. So before you jump into your eyeshadow, you always want to make sure you have a base for your lids so they can be prepped for the proper eyeshadow primer or concealer. It's going to help your eyeshadow look more vibrant and help it make it last a little longer. Definitely help with the blending as well. I'm going to place my NYX primer all over my lids. Then I'm using a little blending sponge to spread that all over my lids and on the upper part as well. Diving in my Pinky Rose Pink Paradise palette with this light brown, I'm going to use this larger blending brush. I call this one the Mother. Okay, we will often go back with this brush throughout this eyeshadow process. Back and forth motions lightly is what you are going to do. The first shade is usually your transition color. It's basically a color that's transitioning into the next color, usually a lighter color depending on the look you're going for. You can go as high as your eyebrows, or you can wing it further out if you like, but I usually keep a little space in between my eyebrows and my transition shade. So next, with this dark purple, I'm going to take a smaller blending brush just to have a little more control of where I'm applying my eyeshadow. It's not as big and fluffy as the Mother, but it has a little bit more control with it. So the second shade is usually the darkest, probably the darkest shade that will be in your eyeshadow look, I would say. Depending on the look that you're going for. You're going to want to wind it up, kind of build it in your upper corner, and bring it into the crease and diagonally down the outer corners of your lids, y'all. You want to make sure you are holding your hand at the tip of the brush handle and lightly applying that. Like I said, build it up, wind it on up in that upper corner, bring it down into your crease, and then diagonally in the outer corners of your lids. Bringing the Mother brush back out and just going to be blending everything out with back and forth motions. I'm going to need y'all to take your time when it comes to blending. Blending does take a while because you just want to make sure you get all of the fine lines and just make sure everything looks seamlessly blended in together. If you just happen to be on your way to work or school, I sure hope you have a good day. And please always remember, don't be telling everybody your business, okay? What they don't know, they cannot use against you. Now I am packing on a white shade where I'm going to apply my yellow eyeshadow just to help it pop a little more. Now I'm going in my Sailor Moon ColourPop palette using that sparkly yellow, and I'm just going to be using a flat brush to pack that yellow in the inner part of my lids. Now your lid shades can be anywhere from a shimmer shade, a metallic shade, or a matte shade. Whatever look you're going for. But for this look, I will be showing you how to blend two matte shades together on your lids. Taking that other side of that brush, I'm going to go in with that light pink shade. I'm going to be patting that on the rest of my lid, and I'm going to go over the edge of that yellow just a little bit so that I make sure that those two colors get blended in together. So just a little FYI, I do continue on doing my face after I do my eyeshadow. I don't go into a whole lot of detail. This video was just mainly for how to properly blend your eyeshadow. So yeah, if you like, you can continue on to see what products I used for my face. So yeah, feel free. And thanks for watching. The mother. I'll be taking that brush and blending the area where the pink and the yellow meet, just to make sure that part gets blended in pretty well. Just lightly glide the brush back and forth on your lids, making sure you have a well blended out transition between that yellow and that pink shade. Now I'm going back in with just a little bit more pink. I'm just going to go around the edges of that yellow just to make sure that is blended out. A lot of the times, once I have all my colors on my lids, I like to take a step back and just look at my eyes just to see where I need to add on or where I need to blend. I needed to make my outer corners a lot deeper and darker, so I'm going in with that purple, that darker purple. I'm going to do the same thing I did. I'm going to build in the upper outer corner and drag it in my crease and down the outer corners of my lids. Now going back in with the mother and going to be blending everything out. Make sure before you leave for the day, you take a look in the mirror and you say that I am beautiful and I don't care what people say. I also decided to bring that yellow, drag that yellow out just a little bit more, just to give it a little more edge to the look, I guess. And then once I added the amount of yellow I desired, I went back in with, guess who? The mother, okay? and I blended the edges out, and that is pretty much how I did this look. Always remember, y'all, blending is key. Blend, blend, blend. Taking a small detailed brush, I'm going to be using that same dark purple I used in my upper outer corner. I'm going to drag that down for my lower lash lines. Sometimes when you can't find the story, it may be wise to try to change direction. Now we're about to move on to our face, so let's zoom it on out and put our goals into place. So that is e.l.f.'s Hydro Grips Primer. I'm going to be using just any old brush, placing that all over my face. That is Fenty Beauty's foundation. I am buffing that all over my face with a damp beauty blender. Alright, this is my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I'm going to put it in the corners under my eyes just a little bit, just to give that bright look under my eye. And then after that, I will be using the e.l.f. Camel Concealer. That is just maybe a couple of shades darker, and that's going to go everywhere else. That's going to go on the rest of my eyes, on the sides of my nose, on my chin area, underneath my nose, on down the middle of my nose, and then on my 5 head, y'all. Right in the middle of my 5 head. This is the Dose of Colors concealer in the shade Deep. I'm going to be applying a little bit on the sides of my bridge, cheekbone area, where my jawline is at, and around my head. After I've blended all of that out, I'm going in with my Beauty Bakery flower setting powder. I'm just going to be applying that where I have applied my lighter concealers. And that is ColourPop's bronzer in the shade Moonlight Beach. That's going to be applied where I have applied my darker concealers. I'm taking a large fluffy brush to just swipe all the powder away. And then going in with my foundation brush just to make sure everything is blended out evenly and seamlessly. I am taking any white eyeshadow shade and will be applying that in my inner corners, my tear duct areas to be exact. And this is a pressed powder by MAC. I'm going to be taking that same big fluffy brush. I'm going to be applying that all over my face. NYX blush in Pink Fetish. That's going to be applied on the apples of my cheeks, and I'm going to drag it upwards and use my beauty blender to blend that out. This is Laura Geller's Highlight in Gold Deposit. That's going to be applied on the bridge of my nose, right at the tip of my nose, and on my 5 head, and upward right above where I applied my blush. Just going to apply some mascara for my bottom lashes. That is LA Girl's lip pencil in the shade Berry Wine. That's going to go on the lines of my lips. And this is a Glam's Lip Duo. One side I have the Java Kiss Lip Gloss. And then the other side, I'm going to use the Super Slick Clear Gloss. And that's going to go all over my lips, and then I'm just going to blend them on out. Rub them together and blend them on out. NYX setting spray. And there you have it, folks. Let the haters hate, because they are clearly blind. Pour you a glass of wine and stay on your grind. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.